I took one driver's ed too before I took the test. I was driving and I guess I wasn't looking and there were people crossing the street and cars were coming. The guy had to slam the brakes because, you know, he had the brakes on his side too. Yeah. He had to slam the brakes. He put his hands up like he thought I was going straight through somebody because I think someone was crossing the street and the car was coming. I didn't see it. And that was the second time I ever drove.
Shout out to the K&J Fam, and you're rocking with Kristin and Jamil. We're back, you guys, for another mukbang.
Woo!
But not just any mukbang.
What?
As you guys can tell, we are in our brand new studio.
Yes.
And as I'm talking, I do hear an echo.
Oh yeah, that's why we're gonna have to put some stuff on the wall.
Yes.
And stuff like that just to get sounds.
Cool.
You guys probably noticed too, by the way, the green screen is actually green right now. There's no background or anything because we actually don't have enough light right now.
Yeah.
You can see a little bit of shadow right behind Kristen and we got to get that worked out a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're here, you guys.
We are.
We got the studio. We've been wanting to do this for so long, you guys.
Yes, you guys.
And now we actually have the space to do it, so it's awesome.
Yes.
It's really awesome.
Before we were setting up and Jamil was setting up and taking down every single day when we were recording in our apartment. And now we have a place to permanently put these lights and cameras, and Jamil doesn't have to set up or take down anymore.
I'm so happy about that. Seriously.
Yeah, I bet you are.
You know, so
it's a
yeah,
big deal.
Exactly. So yeah, you guys, we're excited to have it. Sorry if there is a lot of an echo. I don't even know. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't.
Let us know.
But either way it goes, we're gonna be. This is gonna be us from now on doing mukbangs.
Yeah, when we're inside.
Yeah, when we're inside. Exactly.
We have PF Changs. Okay, we have PF Changs. We have some lo mein, Mongolian beef. Sesame chicken. We have some steamed dumplings, and then we have some lettuce wraps.
Oh, this looks so good, you guys.
It looks incredible.
I know. We used to have a P.F. Chang's over by where we lived a few years back, but it went under. I guess, I don't know, were not enough people eating there? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, yeah. I think it's also just really hard. Restaurants these days, you know, chains or not, I think
it's true.
It's just hard to stay in business for a long time. Wow.
That was too big of a bite.
These lo mein noodles are really good.
They are. Already.
Really good. We haven't had PF Chang's in years.
It has been a while. It's been a long time.
It's a long time.
We're going to need to set up some new stuff. Because if you guys notice things dropping out of our hands, it's going straight to the ground as of right now. So we got to figure something out.
I'm holding my plate with one hand.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, Laura Weaver, shout out to you. We officially now have a spot to put this so we can use it for, you know, in the videos and stuff like that.
Yes.
You guys, before Laura got this for us a while ago, we didn't actually have a place to put them, but now we do. We got them right here. Oh, yeah. So that's the...
Isn't that great?
We love this.
It's beautiful.
We love this. And it felt so bad because we haven't really been able to put it anywhere in our videos because we didn't have the room.
We had no room in the video. I mean, we used it personally, but...
Yeah, but we just didn't have a place to put it. So
yeah, now we can.
Now it's perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Laura, and shout out to you. Cool. So how you liking it?
I'm loving it. I was so hungry.
Me too.
We haven't eaten for such a long time.
You guys have just been putting stuff away all day. Sorry, I'm like putting soy sauce everywhere. My bad. I forgot. Sorry.
It's okay. I wanted you to have the majority of the Mongolian beef anyways.
Oh, that worked out then.
Yeah, it did work out. And then this dip is for the dumplings if you want some. And then, we have this for the Thai lettuce, for the lettuce wraps. I don't think they're Thai. I think they're just lettuce wraps. I don't know.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you so much.
This is pretty cool. This is like legit.
I know, you guys. It's crazy because, you know, some of the other mukbangers have the green screen. And I mean, a lot of them don't too at the same time. But it's just so much easier because you can just change the background to whatever you want, you know? So it's much easier to, you know, get creative, I feel like, with the background. Instead of having the same one over and over again, you know? So once we get those extra lights, which probably in the next like week or so, maybe less, we'll be able to do some different stuff.
Ooh. Okay, that's all you. That makes it spicy.
Is it good? Oh, perfect.
Nice.
That's perfect. How is it? It's good? I know this lettuce wrap is really good, you guys. I don't know if you guys have... The first time we went to P.F. Chang's, I don't think we thought anything special of it.
No. Yeah, we didn't, did we? What about the second time? Did you think anything special?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, we liked it more.
The second time we went with some of your friends in L.A.
Oh, we did? Oh, we did. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. And that was better.
I remember thinking, I'm like, wow, this is good. You know what I think it was? Was the price the first time. The price was crazy, remember?
Yeah, it's expensive.
It is expensive. But you know, after eating it, I like it. You know, a couple times, I really like it. So anyways, guys, yeah, so we've just been putting stuff away. Got the studio set up, so we're loving that. We're super happy about that.
I'm excited for the green screen. Like, I really want to do cool stuff in the background.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're definitely going to. But I got to tell you this story.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to tell me.
I got to tell you a story. I was watching something online. I thought it had a lot to do with me. Okay. Take a step back. Story has nothing to do with me. Okay. But kind of relates to something that I do. But I'll tell you about it.
Hold on. Jamil wanted to wait to tell me the story on camera. So I have no idea what he was going to say.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
So you have no idea.
I have no idea.
It could be crazy.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, it's not that bad. So, I was watching a YouTube video. Apparently it happened recently. There was a guy driving. And he cut someone off, right? And, you know, they had road rage, right? So the person behind him gets real close to him, I think. Speeds up and stuff like that. Because the guy cut him off. By the way, the guy who did the cutting off had a dash cam. So you saw everything that was happening inside his car, right? Anyways, so the guy in the dash cam who's driving, who cut someone off, the guy gets behind him and then he starts to go around him. Okay. As he's going around him, the guy in the dash cam in his little glove box, pulls out a gun. Are you
allowed to say this?
Oh yeah. No, of course. Okay. Pulls out a gun, and it's just a crazy story. And then the guy who's mad, having road rage, gets next to him and throws a bottle apparently at his car. As soon as he throws the bottle, now it's supposed to be a bottle. Maybe there was more to it, but everyone's saying it was a bottle, right? Throws a bottle. The guy starts shooting. No one gets hurt. No one's injured. But he starts shooting on the freeway through his windows. Wow. It's crazy.
The guy with the dash cam.
The guy with the dash cam was shooting. After the guy threw a water bottle at him. Because what he thought was the guy started shooting back at him. He thought the guy was shooting at him, so he started shooting back. Okay, he's thinking he's shooting back. You know what I'm saying? So does that make sense? So you see him like... Are you assuming that? No. Oh. Well, no, this is what he said. So thank you for saying that. Yeah, the guy actually said he thought the guy shot at him, so he started shooting. But he had no control over himself. So he's like shooting, he's like ducking down and like crazy, like shooting just like, oh, you guys, it's all bad. And, so as soon as he shot, like you could see all the holes in his car, everything shattered and stuff like that. You want another one of these? Road rage is so scary. Well, I have more to the story, but I want to say the reason why I connected to me is because this is actually part of the reason why, like before when I was younger, I used to have way more road rage. As far as like, I would stare at people, I would do a lot more. It's reasons like this is why I won't do it. Because, when people have road rage and then there are people that pull a gun out, they might get scared and they start shooting and stuff like that. And it's like, they just take it to the next level. Oh, for sure. And people are crazy these days, Yes, they really are. So you really have to watch out. It's best to, if someone cuts you off or does something like that, sure, it's okay to get mad. Just don't do anything erratic. Don't drive really fast by them and like try to cut them off because you don't know how they're gonna react. You have no idea how they're gonna react.
Yeah.
The guy, gets close, throws a water bottle. He didn't expect the guy to start shooting. I'm sure. I don't think he did. He didn't expect that,
Was he trying to hit him?
Yes.
And he missed?
Yes, luckily. But what's even worse, what's way worse than that, is he could have hit somebody. He could hit somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
He could hit somebody who's just driving on the freeway. The guy wasn't looking. He's just do. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So it's crazy, you guys.
It's scary.
Yes, it's really scary. And I mean, trying to take a break.
That sounded like a great bite.
It was.
By the way, I have one nail. I'm sure you guys have noticed.
That's a new style, right?
We've been continuing to put stuff away, and I needed to put nails on because I just, you know how you don't feel like yourself. So I put nails on, but then we.
You said you put nails on or nail on?
No, I put.
What are you talking? Really?
I put nails on.
Oh, I see.
Because I had them off for so long, but then I missed them. Put them on, but we're still putting stuff away, and they fell off. So, anyways, we're almost done with putting stuff away. So, hopefully they'll last next time. But I have one lonesome nail left.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, like I put nails on. I'm like, you mean nail? One nail on.
Yeah.
So back to the story. So luckily, no one got hit. No one got hurt. But I was listening to the YouTube video of this guy talking about it. He's saying that for whatever the charge is, I can't remember the name of it. It should be attempted murder. I don't know. But whatever the charge is, he's saying it's like that charge specifically is like 15 years maximum. And he's like, that guy might not get it. I'm like, that guy should get 20 years or more. Even. I don't know. I shouldn't be so judgmental, I guess, on it. But I guess in my opinion, I'm like, it's not even about the fact that you could have shot that guy who was, that guy shouldn't have been doing what he was doing anyways. But you could have shot an innocent person. And just to be doing that on the freeway like that, that's crazy. That's crazy.
There was this mom in LA, this woman, she's mom, in LA like a few weeks ago, who had a stray bullet while she was driving on the freeway.
Really? Did she die?
I think she died. I don't know if they know if it was stray or if it was intentional, but she was just I don't think it was intentional. Isn't that so sad? Or maybe it was. Maybe it was road rage, You never know.
Well, that's the problem. That's why I won't stare at anyone. I won't look at anyone.
Oh, yeah. Definitely don't.
I used to. Back in high school. I'd be driving. If somebody had them pass them, I'd be like, give them the eyes, But
not anymore.
Not anymore. Not after. Do you remember in high school? A guy that we knew had been murdered in a road rage incident.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember who cut who off, but somebody cut someone off. They both pulled over to the side of the road, and the other guy who we didn't know, the guy had a gun and shot him, got back in and just drove off. I mean, it's crazy. Don't ever get out of your car. You guys, never get out of the car if you got road rage. Ever. In an incident like that. Never. Because you just don't know what's on people's minds.
Or for any reason.
Yeah, and people have this, it's funny. People have this, I feel like, a little bit of a skewed thought on self-defense.
Okay.
Here's what I mean. Like, if they both got out of the car, right? One guy's armed, one guy's not armed. And they're walking towards each other. The guy starts shooting. In his mind, he's probably thinking he's defending himself. And in a way, maybe he is because the guy's walking towards him. But it's not a fair fight.
No, it's
not a fair fight. So I just think, that in that type of situation, it's like, just don't get out of the car. Like, just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you never know
what
somebody's going to do.
You never know. But anyways, so there was another incident that happened. Apparently, same kind of situation where road rage. Somebody cut somebody off, and there's dash camera video shows the guy who's shooting, him and some other guy, a passenger, but the passenger didn't have the gun. The passenger's chilling. Okay. The driver had the gun, and I think this time the other car actually had a gun and shot at the person, and the guy, luckily, I guess he had a gun on him too, starts shooting back. It's just crazy though. I'm like, you guys, it's the freeway.
And that's a road rage thing?
I mean, that's road rage. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like they were mad at each other.
Yes, yes, it was road rage. And from what I understand, the guy in the video was explaining what happened to this guy. And now this guy, when he was shooting, it was because somebody shot at him, technically, and he was shooting back.
Or he thought somebody did.
No, I think that actually was. I think that somebody actually shot him. The guy shot at him. He shot back. He was way more calculated. He wasn't going like this, like the other guy. But in addition to that, he had no charge whatsoever at all.
Because the guy shot first.
Yeah, because the guy shot first. Well, I mean, can't write laws. I have no idea 100% like the result of certain laws and stuff. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, I would make that a law, that if you shoot at all on the freeway, you should be getting some sort of sentence. Like, unless, it's like a clear self-defense type of thing.
And are you saying that because you could put other people in jail? Because you could shoot
other people. You could hit other people. But I guess at the same time, if you're defending yourself anyways.
I was going to say, that's probably anywhere.
I guess at any point, yeah, it could be outside. Because I do agree, you got to defend yourself,
Because that's a tricky situation, yeah.
You got to defend yourself, but
you're just saying if...
But on the freeway, it's just so like...
Yeah, there's
you
so many...
You can hit the brakes. You can... Yeah. You can do these things. I don't know.
Right, it's almost like in a crowded... And
yes.
And initially, it's not like, a lot of these road rages...
Yeah.
Before anybody brings out the weapon, people's lives probably aren't, in danger. People are just mad. They get cut off. Somebody gets brake checked. So there isn't a reason to use a lethal weapon a lot of times. The person who starts it, usually. I'm not saying that's always, But,
no, but that's a good point.
But that's kind of why you're,
Because that's actually a good point. It's caused for a stupid reason. But most... things are stupid reasons, right? Yeah. But I get it. In this specific case, it was like...
Well, because if you're out... it just depends, right? If somebody's like ramming you, trying to push you off a road... That's different.
It makes perfect sense.
It's different.
You have to do that. And that's why I'm like, I can't make laws. Because that...
You can't be like, in this scenario it's okay, and this is not. Yeah, it's hard.
But...
It's kind of a case-by-case basis.
It's just tough because... To me, in this situation, if you're just shooting on the freeway, but the guy wasn't defending himself because someone did shoot at him first. So I don't know.
But I know what you're saying. Like, had he had accidentally hurt somebody else,
well, then
what happens?
Yeah, exactly. And it could have been prevented. But it's a reality.
It's rough. There's a lot of even just talking about it. There's a lot of factors. But at the end of the day. It's scary.
Yes, it is.
You have to be careful.
Yeah. You do. That's why I think it's best thing. And I know me from now on, I'm just not gonna.
Do not look.
Well, because there's a lot too.
I never tailgate out of anger.
Ever.
Maybe because I want. No, not out of anger. I never cut people off out of anger. I know you do.
I've done it.
Don't do it.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I don't do any of that like erratic stuff. Not at all.
Well, I might tailgate, but I'm never like on a person so much that if they brake check, it's that much of a problem.
Yeah.
But I'll get close to the person.
Yeah.
And I don't listen. I'm not justifying this. I shouldn't be justifying it whatsoever. But at least to explain it, I just realized something. Somebody was asking about the camera that we use, and I just realized I told them the wrong brand. The wrong thing.
Oh, you did?
Yes. By the way, the person who commented, I can't remember, what the camera actually is a Sony A7 III.
I said that.
Oh, you did say that?
I said 3.
Oh, you did say 3?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
So a Sony A7 III.
So shout out to you.
Yeah, you told me the right thing.
Ooh, excuse me. Anyway, so back on what I was saying. So yeah, at least with tailgating, I shouldn't be doing that, and I won't be doing that anymore, you guys. I'm gonna be safe because people are. It's happening a lot where people are on the freeway right now, like shooting and stuff like that, and it's scary.
I wonder if it's always happened, but now with like just social media and like your camera, your phones being cameras now. Like I wonder if like it's just more exposed, even if it was already happening. I'm not sure. You know
what? You're probably right about that.
Yeah.
Because with that dash cam, we were able to see what the guy was actually doing. He had a platform to post it. I mean, he didn't post it, but someone else posted it on Facebook or TikTok, or I can't remember. Oh, I saw it on YouTube. So I just think that it's crazy that.
No, it is.
It's a crazy story.
And you told me the other day, so not only, it's kind of on the similar thing about road rage, people are, this should be like a safety announcement. Don't engage in road rage, it's very dangerous, whatever you do, like, do your best to avoid it. Yeah, be cautious. But also, the people will throw an egg on your windshield on purpose. Because if you use your windshield wipers, when the egg is thrown on your windshield, it'll smear all over and you won't be able to see at all. And then that's when people will, come up to your car and do stuff,
Yeah, so just to add a little bit more to it. Yeah. So yeah, it is a scam where one person, while you're driving, will take an egg, you're driving by, they'll come out, smash the egg on your windshield. And what they expect you to do is, of course, use your wipers, right? Because you got to get it off. But when you use wiper with the egg, it spreads it all across the windshield so you can't see. What are you going to do? You're going to stop. As soon as you stop, there's a group of people hanging out there waiting for you, and they can carjack you and stuff like that. So you got to watch out. I saw that on TikTok. That was a TikTok video where they were talking about that.
Right. And then you told me something very recently, just like yesterday.
Yeah.
And Jamil's like, I forgot what you told me.
I remember all this.
But Jamil was like, listen, we're making a rule. He's like, do not pull. He's like, don't stop.
Yeah.
And what was the thing? He's like, just don't stop. And if you're not, unless you're around a lot of people, But he's like, do not pull over ever,
It was a video where somebody was stopped at a stoplight. And a car came up behind the person, real slow, and just bumped him enough to where the person felt like, I just got in a car accident.
Yeah.
So the guy gets out of the car, see the damage. Obviously, that's what you're gonna do. But this was like late night; no one else was on the street. He gets out the car. As soon as he gets out the car, like 5 or 6 people get out of that other car and they rob him and take the car.
Yeah.
So, I think the guy ran and they like shot at him or something like that. So really, you guys, you got to be cautious. Yeah, you just got to be cautious. I mean, it's sad, but people are constantly figuring out creative ways to try to harm people or try to, rob people and stuff like that.
And it could happen with a lot of people around too. And I mean, obviously if somebody bumps you, like, it is what it is. Yeah. But you just want to make sure, I think, at the end of the day, that a lot of people are around. Or you pull over, you make sure you're pulling over at a safe location at least, You
do.
That's the thing. You don't ever want to pull over by yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, we talked about it. What we pretty much said is, like you said, don't pull over. Yeah. Maybe get the license plate or something from your mirror, memorize it, drive a little further, call, a police officer or something like that, and just be like, hey, I didn't feel safe, it was dark, I didn't know. I mean, hopefully they'll be okay with that. Drive a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I'm just like...
Well, safety is number one, and you have to keep, be safe, And
it depends on the circumstances, too.
Right.
If, it's an actual accident
you can, most likely tell if it's a real accident.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
But the guys just came up behind him, creeped up, and then bumped him.
Yeah. No,
that was shady.
It was, yeah.
It was super shady.
Yeah. So Jamil you were so serious. You're like, we're making a rule. He's like, do not get out of the car.
Seriously. Because I'm like, that's a good one. I feel like people, not a good one, like a good, like.
It's a good one.
For a lot of people that are, that do those type of things, that's like a good one for them.
Because people normally, they're taught to, if somebody hits your car, you
get out. You get out. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And right away, I mean, it's the worst thing possible. It's worse.
No, it's true.
So, just gotta be cautious.
You do.
You guys, this is a lesson today.
It is. And a little something.
Don't have road rage? Oh, thank you. Don't have road rage?
Don't have road rage.
Just drive straight.
If somebody has,
Just like this.
If somebody has road rage, do your best to disengage.
Yes.
Get away.
Yeah.
Don't engage. It's insane. Remember, I think I've talked, even might have mentioned this on a mukbang. This one person was driving with their dog in their front lap. I think the dog's name was Leo. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Oh.
It was like a little like mini like poodle or something.
Yeah.
And anyways, the lady was swerving, and I guess the guy assumed that the lady was swerving because the dog was on her lap, which could have been possible. But anyways, something happened. They pulled over because I don't know if she hit him or he hit her. Something happened. Pulled over. And he threw the dog in the street. And the
it
dog
was the
got
freeway,
hit.
right?
Or something.
Yeah.
But the dog didn't make it.
Yeah.
It's just
sad.
like, oh, you know?
I know.
Sorry, you just had to stop and start it again.
Yeah. So I was thinking of, well, I wasn't thinking about this, but I was, remember listening to this guy talk about what might cause people to have road rage? Did I tell you about this? I think I talked about this before. But I think what it comes down to is, as humans, we're used to, our biology is like set up to, the fastest you can run is what, like, 10 miles an hour or something like that? Or 15 or something like that, depending on how fast you are, anywhere between like 10 and 20, something like that. But, typically around probably like the teens, So we're used to only going so fast. So when you're in this car and you're going so fast, your mind there's so much information kind of hitting you that like you're I don't know if you're like agitated already. You get what I'm saying?
Or heightened,
exactly. Your senses are heightened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because things are happening so quick, right? If somebody cuts you off, you gotta like zip and stuff because there's so much like coming at you.
Yeah, like on edge almost.
Exactly. So although maybe you might feel relaxed or something,
right,
but you're not. You're really on edge, ready.
Like biologically.
Exactly. So this guy was saying this. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense because that means that like, so when road rage happens, because I find myself, you guys, if people like cut me off or something walking, I don't care. Like it's not even a big deal.
You care a little bit.
Okay, a little bit, but it's very mild.
No, it's not. Yeah, you're not gonna like.
I'm not
really
worried. Yeah, I'm not. I'm. You guys, I'm very nice. I'm friendly. I'm so cool and collected, calm and collected. But when I'm driving, and people do these things, I feel wronged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like at a heightened response for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. But I think that's why,
I agree. Yeah. Just as a quick story, this isn't a big deal, but like a merging lane, like when a lane when there's a lane on the freeway and then you see the signs that the lane's closed, so you have to get over.
Yes.
And by the time you're getting over, you usually go one car after the other, right? Yeah. One car from that lane gets over. Yeah. Another car gets over. You know, so it's
merging
one. Yeah. That. And it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Anyways, I was freaking getting over on the time I should.
Yep.
And this guy did not want to let me over.
Were you going onto the merging lane, or was you know what I'm saying? Like
he was already in the lane that was not closing. He was in the open lane.
He was in the open lane.
I was in the lane that was closing.
You were in the lane that was merging.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Got it.
But everybody, I could see ahead. Everybody was going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes, except him.
Yeah, except this. Yes, he was in some truck, and clearly he just did not want to let me over. But I did. I mean, it wasn't even like a big fight to get it. I was just, I'm peripheral. I was making sure I was ahead of him, but I could tell he was trying, And at the end, he backed down, and I went. I mean, I guess I could have stopped. But it was a 1-2-1-2 situation. Anyways, I get in front of the guy, and then he flashes his lights at me.
Wow.
I'm like, you are a jerk.
Exactly.
So, I mean, again, had he really not let me get over, yes, of course I would stop. I'm not going to hit him.
Yeah, for sure.
But I didn't even think it was like a huge deal. I could tell he was kind of being a jerk. Yeah. But it wasn't like overt.
Yeah,
until,
but it was a little much.
And then he flashes his lights. Like, why are you flashing your effing lights?
Yeah.
Like, calm down. Honestly, it was really bad.
Yeah, but not to even.
And then I was scared.
Yeah.
And then I got scared.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, he's flashing his lights. Like, what else could he, Yeah, no, it's true. Like,
you gotta watch out.
And then it was like super slow, whatever. I'm like, what if this guy, you don't want anybody to like get mad at you.
Exactly.
Anyways, I thought about that.
Yeah, and then I think about, which sucks too, is like, I think a lot of guys, when women do things that they don't like, especially with driving, maybe someone, someone cuts someone off or things like that. Well, it's not that they're sexist. I think it's like a thing like, they're not going to do that to like a guy that's like really big and bulky, right?
Yeah,
but they might do that to a girl because they feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe some guys will feel like that.
Yeah, no,
I think that's pretty common, So you just got to watch out.
I did nothing wrong though. Like that's the thing. Like I was even double checking. I was like, wait, did I? I was like, no, that was my turn.
Exactly. Really quick too, and you guys, I know this is a long video.
But
that's cool. But I want to say this last thing. Speaking of that exact situation, another TikTok video I was watching where that same thing happened, right? A truck did not want to let this car in. What ended up happening with them, though, is they actually crashed.
I saw that one.
You saw that one, right?
Like hella bumped each other.
Yeah, so he crashed into, because the lady was driving the car. The guy was, actually, I don't know who was in the car because he never got out.
Yeah.
But they crashed, and the lady in I think it was like an Altima, kind of went up a little bit on the hill or wherever it was, and she goes a little forward, gets out the car, pounds on the window a little bit, gets back in the car and drives off, which is crazy. Don't ever do that. Pound on the window. Because people feel threatened, right?
Yes.
But I do want to say something. There was a lawyer that was assessing that video.
Yeah.
Guess who he said was in the wrong?
The lady for getting out of her car.
No. The lady for crashing into him.
Oh.
Because apparently since she's in the merging lane, she's supposed to pull back. I know, right?
Wait, so who was wrong?
The lady in the car.
Who got out of the car?
Not even getting out of the car.
She
wasn't wrong for getting out of the car.
Oh, just the fact that she didn't pull back.
Exactly. So that accident,
yeah.
Apparently the lawyer was saying, I don't know how accurate this is.
I see what you're saying.
But he was saying it was her fault, although this guy wouldn't let her over.
You are supposed to merge safely. No, it's true.
But what is she supposed to do? Like hit the brakes?
Yeah, you're supposed to hit your brakes and stop.
But she was ahead of him.
Still,
that's what's messed up.
So was I with that guy. That's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. If that guy... merging people, you don't have the right of way.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, he always thinks that just because you're in front of the car, you think you
100%.
Yeah.
I thought the way it worked, and by the way, I never studied for my test, just so you know, so I literally don't know a lot of driving rules, a lot of them. But one of the ones I assume is that when you're driving, and you're merging, right? You are the one coming into the lane, therefore people are supposed to stop for you. Not the case. Not the case. This lawyer set me straight. Apparently what he says is, you're supposed to stop for them.
Yeah.
Well, now I know. I'll never, ever do that again.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Okay.
I'm always going to let
I should have told. I remember that from my driver's test. Yeah, you only merge safely.
Yes.
But there is this thing that you get, right, with the whole my situation. You feel like you have the right to merge on the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
But in a way, you really don't. If that car doesn't let you, you have to stop. I mean, you really don't have the right. If that makes sense.
No, you literally don't.
Yeah.
You don't have the right of way.
Yeah, you're the merging lane. Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I failed my permit test 2 times, guys. And on the third one, I missed it I made it by 1. I did not study at all. I went there and I guessed till I passed it.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was like, reading the questions, I was like, well, that would make sense, I guess. And circled it in. I did have cheat sheets. But I didn't study the cheat sheets. I didn't study anything. I just went in and tried to pass.
I know for a fact. Well, I don't know for a factoid, but
yeah.
I wonder if they gave us a written test today, if we'd pass. I bet you we wouldn't, because you know how you have to remember certain yards.
Oh, I would be terrible at
it. Or feet, or things like that. You know,
I would be terrible at it.
I wonder if you would pass or not.
I'd probably
fail. Yeah.
I probably would fail. Now I do think that. The driver's test, I would pass. No problem. That wouldn't be a problem because I'm constantly, we're driving. But written test, no.
Yeah.
And I failed my first driver's test too, guys. Like badly. Badly.
What did you do again?
But
what did you do again? What made you fail?
I did a lot. I did... when they wanted me to do U-turns, the widest U-turn you possibly can do, that's what I did, guys. Because they wanted me to do a U-turn in one spot. I'm like looping super far. I'm tapping the brakes. The person's going like this next to me. Because I'm like, the reason is because I had only driven, before I took my test, I had only driven
a few times.
5 times maybe?
Oh my goodness.
I'd never driven before.
So you got into the other lane to make a U-turn basically?
No, I remember going and I didn't pull it enough. So I went like super wide and I did this one thing, and then my 3-point turn was like 5 to get, because they have you do a 3-point turn. You know what I'm talking about? And then I think I hit the curb.
Oh yeah, you hit the curb.
The curb is I think that's what failed me immediately. It was the curb.
Oh man.
So that person that showed up in there, man, they must have been scared. But they've probably been in it before. They probably dealt with a lot of people that are bad drivers in the beginning.
Man.
So I failed the first time, but I did pass the second one because I had a lot more driving experience at that point.
I have something to say too.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you probably are going to think this makes sense. So you know how I hate to stop for like pedestrians? According to Jamil.
According to me. According to the people running across the street when you're driving.
So the one thing I did wrong, I got 1 point taken away on my driver's test. I still passed. But the 1 point was right away, as soon as we're getting out of the parking lot of the DMV, there's a sidewalk before you hit the street. I didn't look left or right on the sidewalk.
Yep.
I was only looking left, like where the cars were coming in. I should have looked right for the pedestrian part.
Yeah.
That's why I fit.
Well, to your credit, I could go in on you on that. But I have no right because I failed so many times. But I do want to say, but you did pass the test though, right?
Yeah, it was just 1 point. That wasn't.
But I was gonna say. Oh, I just realized something. Someone failed the test not turning on not their windshield wipers when it started raining.
My sister.
Was it your sister?
Sorry, Dan.
Oh no, that's someone else at school. And someone else at school.
Oh, okay, yeah, my sister. Yeah,
was your sister too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was drizzling. Like literally, it was drizzling. Wait, or did she pass but got a point taken? I think she failed.
Someone I know failed because they didn't put the wipers on.
I'm
positive. And
I think it was her. Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm sure it was somebody you know.
Somebody
too.
Else I know.
Okay, yeah, it was drizzling and she didn't really need it.
Yeah.
And then
Anyways, that's a side thought just came to me.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It happens.
It does.
It happens.
But back to your point though, don't worry. I mean, that's not that big of a deal because you're nervous. You're just getting out of the DMV.
Yeah. Or was it? Because I didn't care. I mean, look where I am now in life.
Exactly.
Did I just not care?
Exactly.
And it was just a point taken away. However, had there been somebody walking in the sidewalk, I'm sure I would have been a fail.
Yeah. Well,
no, it might have been a fail. It could have been.
You would have been. Because you have to wait for them to go all the way across before you
if they were right there. It wasn't a crosswalk.
Oh, okay.
The sidewalk just pulling out of the DMV.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I didn't look left and right for the sidewalk, and then you're supposed to look left and right for the street.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to do both. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we should wrap up.
Okay, I got one last thing because, wow, we've been going for a long time. But one more thing I want to say. This was crazy with my test too. Yeah. Well, I think I told you about this. I was driving. This is the one I actually passed. Once again, I didn't study, right? So I'm driving down this area, and the lady's like, okay, make a right. And the street sign said, not a through street. Okay, yeah. I had no idea what that meant. Except that you're not supposed to go through that street. That's what I assumed. What I assumed it meant was don't go through the street.
Oh, not a through street? Meaning don't come down the street? Don't come down the street.
So the lady gave me so much time. She's like, go up a little ways. On the next right, make a right. I'm like, okay, sure. As I'm coming up to it, I see that sign. I'm like, and I kept going. As I'm driving, I'm not saying anything. She's like, I told you to make a right there. I was like, oh, okay. So I can go down the street. As soon as she said, I told you to go right there, she like gave me the answer essentially because I didn't know. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. So I flipped around and I went down that street. But I had no idea. I had no idea what not a through street meant. Yes. And in fact, I didn't even know until recently when you told me what that means is it just doesn't go through all the way. And I guess it makes sense because on that street I did a 3-point turn, but I didn't realize that.
Oh my goodness.
You guys.
How
I passed that third test, I don't even know. Permit test,
I love that you just kept driving and didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. And you're waiting for I knew she was going to say something though because she was like kind of looking like, where are we going? Just like... I wasn't going to stop driving. I was gonna keep going and then make a right down another street. Did you think it was
almost like a fake, like a test, like a fake?
No. Yes, I did.
You thought she was tricking you?
That's exactly right. Because I told you about that after I took the test. I thought she was tricking me. I swear, because she didn't say, she said, make a right down the next right? So in my mind, I'm like, this says not a through street, which means you can't go through there. So she's obviously tricking me. Apparently she wasn't. So as soon as I remember, that's right. I thought she was tricking me.
And then she's like, I told you to go right. And then you were
like,
oh.
Yeah, she was like, I told you to go right. And I didn't argue with her. I was just happy she said something like that, other than, because I thought, she could have been like, you failed or something. But
I remember very recently you asked me about what is
through street.
The through street mean. Like very recently.
I know. I didn't know what it meant until recently. Damn.
I can't.
I'm coughing so much.
I literally can't.
I thought it meant.
Like you knew you could go down it, you just after your test, but you still didn't know what it meant.
Exactly.
You knew it wasn't illegal to drive down.
And it's very clear, not a through street. It's very clear.
Yeah.
But in my mind, what it read was, you can't go through this street. That's what I was thinking. Please tell me somebody had the same response.
Yes, I was going to say, fam, please tell us, did you fail your test? If so, why?
Yes.
Or did you get points knocked off? If so, why?
Yeah.
Don't make Jamil feel bad for failing 3 times. Twice.
Please don't. I know.
Twice. Was it twice?
Twice I failed. The last time I got it by 1 point, which was good.
Oh, you got it by 1 point.
Yeah, because I missed. I think you can miss like I don't know if it was like 6 or 7 or something. If it was like 7, I missed 6. I literally was down to the last point. Yeah, it's terrible.
Woo!
I know. Okay. My driver's test, when I actually passed it though, I think I didn't have any issues. I think I passed it perfectly. I didn't have any problems. No points.
Oh, the driver's test.
The actual driver's test the second time. The first time.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we got back the first time. I'm serious, guys. I took one driver's ed too before I took the test. I was driving, and I guess I wasn't looking, and there were people crossing the street, and cars were coming. The guy had to slam the brakes because he had the brakes on his side too.
Yeah.
He had to slam the brakes. He put his hands up like he thought I was going straight through somebody because I think someone was crossing the street and the car was coming. I didn't see it. And that was the second time I ever drove. The first time I drove was your car, where we drove in the parking lot of like Lucky's.
Oh, really?
Or the parking lot of CVS.
Oh,
remember that?
And I remember, I think, like
you let me drive just in the parking lot, and then we left, and that was it.
Okay.
The second time I ever drove was driver's ed, and that guy had to slam the brakes. And then I drove my mom's car.
Put his hands up.
Well, because it was the roof. He touched the roof and slammed the brakes.
The driver's guy for me slammed the brakes once, but I think he was tripping.
Oh.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
I think he thought... Oh, what was it?
That he was going to die?
Okay, I think what happened was I was stopping too short. I think he thought I wasn't going to stop, even though I was playing. It was some stop sign, I think.
Yeah.
And then, but he thought I was stopping too short, and I was like,
yeah, why don't we stop?
Yeah, I was like,
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, something like that. So he was a little paranoid, but.
Yeah. Well, I would be paranoid too if I was,
driving with like brand newbies. Yeah, that's a dangerous job.
It is.
Oh,
it
my
really
goodness.
is. So.
Okay.
Anyways, fams, we did a long video today.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Please don't have road rage. Be cautious.
Yes.
Be nice to people.
Yes.
If someone cuts you off, just wave.
Yeah.
Wave and smile.
Yes.
You're like, thank you.
Yes.
And then just keep driving.
Well, don't even do that. That might antagonize them.
Yeah, actually don't do that. Exactly. That's right. They might think you might be threatening them. Who knows?
Just don't look at them.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it is caring. Let your friends further know what the K&J Fam are doing.
And until next time, we'll be a wonderful day, evening, or night. Whatever time it is out there, we will see you in the next video.
Peace out, Trina.